Good morning everyone. Myself Shutapa Moitra Chakraborty. I am a PS trainer and I am from Uplatz.
Good morning everyone. This is Shutapa Moitra Chakraborty. I'm an PS expert from with an experience of total 14 years of experience, and today I'm giving an introduction session or an overview session of project systems in SAP. So before we move into this SAP project systems and their activities and their functionalities, first we need to know what is actually the project system. And before I move into this detailed overview, let me give you an agenda of this today's session. So the today's session, the first agenda is that introduction of project systems. We need to know what is project system, how it is worked to the other modules of different modules in SAP system, these things. Then we move into the kinds of project, or there are different types of projects. So types of project we will be discussing. Then we have this structure and the master data of this project system. What are the structure is it's been built, and along with this all the master data we will be discussing. Along with we will knowing that the cost and the revenue planning and this budgeting, and the last but not the least with the period and activities and the reporting. So these are the main things. Overview session I will give you, and the next period of the classes I will be discussing a detail in the system. I'll be showing you the all the points and all. Okay, so first is that SAP PS. What is SAP PS? PS means project system. So SAP project system is an integrated project management tool which is used for planning and managing a project. So SAP module support, this particular module supports the entire project cycle, life cycle, from the planning to the invoicing of a project. So SAP PS offers a large panel of functionalities. Suppose that project structuring, time scheduling, then time activities, then network activities, then settlement. All these things can be done through project system. So this is all about the theoretical points of the project system. Now in the detail I will tell you what is project system, how it is work in the business, how it is work, how it's help us to grow our business, how it is help in every module. It has been integrated. It has been an integrated part that we will discussing in the whole in the classes, and also like I'll be telling like how it is work in other module. These things I'll be explaining to everything. So second point is that what is the types of project we have. Basically we have the three types of projects. So one is that customer project, or one is that investment or capex project, and one is opex project. I know it's very complicated terms to you for the first time who are the beginners, but yes, when I explain to you, definitely it will be easier for you. Suppose customer project, suppose you are constructing a building, or you are constructing a whole mall, suppose and you are delivering to the customer, and this mall you consider as a project. The whole activities you are going to perform to construct this building, construct this mall, and then you deliver, then you sell it to the particular customer, then we consider this is a customer project. And what is that capital project or investment project? Suppose you are making an investment purpose, you are making a constructing a building for your own, or for your own purpose. Suppose you are making a warehouse. That warehouse will be used for your future purpose or something. So you are making a big warehouse for a 3-4 storied building for your own purpose. Then we consider as a investment project. And how this is different, like how customer project and investment project is been different as a process wise, that also I am giving a touch to you. But before we move into these things, we need to know what are the structure, what are the master data to be used for this project system. Then only we can understand the process, and I will explain you in the further training sessions. Okay, so the structure as a project system, the structure has been used. The project definition is an whole structure, and we then we divide our project into different parts that we consider as a WBS elements. Like when you divide the project in different sets of parts or something, then we are branches or whatever the structure. If we maintain in a proper structure, that structure we consider as a WBS element. Okay, in the WBS element we need to have a in the WBS element, and in that, why it is the WBS element is required, what you do with this WBS element. Yes, you need to perform the activities in that WBS. Against that activities, all the activities you must have while constructing a building or while constructing a mall. You need to have different sort of activities. Like you cannot create a mall. Like you need to have a civil work, you need to have a electrical work, you need to have a electronics work, you need to have a engineering work, you need to have a R&D work, design work. All these activities are assigned to a different WBS head, because and these activities will come under one particular umbrella. That umbrella we consider as a network, and this network, there is only one network that is assigned with different WBS element, and in that WBS element we are going to assign all the activities I told you, because we cannot put all activities in one head. Like there are multiple activities are there, and these activities are assigned. So in that way, one particular project has been built in a project builder in the system, and we have the T code for that. In next further classes I'll explain what we are going to tell you, the T codes and all this. So mainly the thing is that what we will do, first of all we need to know like what is the project definitions, and under the project definitions we have the all the WBS elements. Okay, and there is only one network, and under one network there are multiple activities are to be performed, and these activities are assigned with different WBS elements head, and that way that particular project builder has been built. Okay, that way we maintain the project builder in the system. But how it is related, how it is mapped with your project, I mean your business, that way I will explain you when we will do the session, SAP session, how it is relate, how you do the WBS, what you need to be considered in that as the WBS, what you need to be considered as the activities, that I explain to you once we do the session, SAP sessions. Okay, then we have that milestone, like one activities you need to perform for a particular timeline is required, like it needs to be completed by 60 days or 90 days, then other activities need to be performed. So these has to be completed within a milestone. Once you are going to sell a product to the customer, you need to have a timeline for that. Yes, of course, you don't need to be a time, yes, you have a timeline, but deadline is only considered when you have a customer project or something, customer project. But yes, of course, like for investment project, you need not to have a deadline for that. Obviously you have a timeline, but you don't have the deadline. So for that, to meet up the deadline and all, we have this milestone, like these particular activities needs to be completed within this milestone, because based on your milestone only the payment schedule has been done. Like as per your requirement, as the customer will make a bill once this particular milestone has been completed. Like suppose your 50% or 25%, once the activities will be completed, you will get payment. So need to have the milestone for all the activities. Suppose till these activities will be completed, you will get your payment done. So this is why one more structure, one more master data need to be created, that is a milestone. Then we have this relationship, obviously, like you need to have a relationship with all the activities. Suppose you can one activities has been completed, then the other activities will start, and so all the activities are related to one, activities are related to others, other activities are related to others. So you need to have a relationship with one-to-one activities, and that's all. Like that way you have to have a activities for one to have a activities relationship with the other activities. And then we have the status. Status is like, once you create a project, whenever your project has been created in a system, then it's called a created status. Okay, so in that created status you need not to do anything, a project has been created. But when a project is ready for these transactional entries, or it's a project is ready to do all the transactional activities, then we need to release that project. Release, once that project has been released, so then only it is ready for this transactional post the transactions against this WBS elements, against this activities. Okay, so release is there. Then we have a status called technically complete. From your end everything has been completed, but suppose one for a project, for one activity, suppose one Miro is not yet completed, like the payment is not yet done, but from your end for WBS against all the activities has been completed. So in that case, but we cannot close that project. So in that way we can make this WBS as a technically completed from your end. But yes, for this one, that we cannot close directly to this project, because there is an payment is not yet made. For this we need to wait for that, so we can make this project as a technically complete. And once this project is fully completed, we can make it as a closed. Why this status is required? Because you need to have a reporting purpose, so this status is also required for the reporting purpose. People wants to know what is the current status of this project, then only people can decide what they need to do with this project and how it is being used for this project. This way we can utilize this one. This is all about the status of this project. It's a very important thing for an project, because based on this only we can decide like what we need to do against this project and all. So this is all about the status. Then we have a versions. When you have a versions, the project builder has different versions, like what are the screens. Sometimes what happened, project doesn't if an investment based project, so there the milestone is not required, the relationship is not required, so you can create your versions based on that these activities are not required, because the person who is going to make the project, who is going to create the project, doesn't have enough ideas on like what are the things it's required, or what are the things in the scope of their requirement or something. So sometimes it is out of the scope, that person make the milestone and all this, so it can hamper their business or something. So in that case you can make your own versions, and according to your own versions you can create your project. You can create your projects. So this is all about the master data of the structure of a master data and the project system. And for this that way we can create a project, we can release a project, we can make a transactions, all the transactions we can make through with this with this project, and we can make this project as a technically completed, and we can close this project from the project builder T codes in one T codes only. Then you have this planning. Obviously why we make a project, we make that project in a sense like we need to have a planning for that. But before going to this project, we need to have a cost planning for that. How much total cost need to be incurred against this project? Like suppose you are constructing a building, or you are constructing a mall, or you are constructing, or you are doing like any sort of service also included in this project, project. So you need to have a you need to have a total understanding of this, how much cost planning is required for this project. So so in that case, you need to have a proper planning, cost planning. It can be a detailed planning or hierarchical planning, like the top to bottom or bottom to up. So that planning need to have, and that planning you can have it for the another 5 years, or next 5 years you can make it that planning. So that planning you can make it in a WBS level, or you can do it in the network level only. So and also you can have that unit costing. Unit costing is like you can use that. Okay, you can have this unit costing, like per material, per quantity, per unit, how much cost planning is required. That also you can make it, you can do it in the system, or you can in the system you can do it. You can make it the cost planning for that. And for against this cost planning, you can maintain the scheduling part accordingly. Okay, not the scheduling part, like you can make the cost planning against on that. So as per your requirement, as per client requirement, you can make your cost planning accordingly. Okay, so this is all about the cost planning. I will explain once I show it to you in the system. That time I'll show how cost planning we can use it and all that. Okay, then we have that session called budgeting. Suppose the cost planning has been done. Suppose you have done the cost planning for next 5 years. Okay, but for this particular year, you need to have a budget for that, like how much you are going to utilize for your cost. You need to have a budget. Before that, you need to have a budget. Maybe next year budget will be something different, so this year you need to have a specific budget for that. You need to have a based on your cost planning, you need to settle, need to maintain your budgeting. So suppose this year this COVID happened, some emergency purpose, you need to make few more budget for that. Probably for the next year don't require that much of budget. So that way you need to maintain your budget. And not only budget, and also in that budget we need to know what is the that is the budget update. You have to do it, and based on your budget update, you have to release it. Suppose it's not the case like you create a budget and you release, in the sense probably you you thought like I have a budget of some amount, but I am going to release for a particular amount, because probably as per your understanding on something, probably this total budget, like whole budget, may not be utilized, may not be used. So you can utilize part of this budget, that release budget. Then you have this budget transfer options. Then you have this budget supplement. If you have because you have distributed your budget in different WBS element, but probably the budget is you need to supplement from the other WBS element, or you can transfer the budget from one WBS to the another WBS, and at the end of the year probably you can return the budget as well. So these are the activities, these are the things are there in the budget activities, that I'll show it to you in once we have these classes for that. And then we have that session for like then we have that session budget availability or tolerance availability control activities. Like suppose there is a budget, like you have made a budget for suppose 100 rupees or 100 rupees. Now once your expenses has been made till 80% of this budget, then you get an warning message for that. Once you get a 90% 90% of utilize your 90% of your budget, then you have a warning message with mail confirmations that you have almost exhausted the budget. And when you enter the utilize 100% of the budget, then you get a error message that you have utilized the 100% of your budget. So that way we have this availability control options as well in your budget system. That also I'll explain you once I do the session for that. Then we have that once all these things has been done, then the project is ready for the transactions things. And these transactions things like ready to for financial transactions, that I'll say. So you can make a PO against WBS elements. You can make a financials, I mean FI journal entries against these WBS elements, and then you can have a you can make a process order against this WBS element as well, and you can also that process order against that. So these are the things you can do it from the WBS elements. And also you can book your time as well, and that is a process called CAT process. That also I will explain, I'll do it in upcoming sessions and all. Okay, once all these things expenses has been done, then it's an option. Then we have that options is a period and activities. So that time that settlement is required. So that also I'll explain to you how it is been settled. So in case of investment project, and this settlement, like we need to do the settlement in the AUC, and like AUC is that asset under construction. So all the expenses you have incurred it while constructing a business, that first initially it will go to your asset under construction, that particular GL. So that particular asset, it needs to be settled. That you have to do it in the settlement period, that is considered as a period and activities. That settlement activities will be done, and then once you need to create and once the settlement is been done, then you need to create a, just a minute, yeah, once you create a WBS active, yeah, settlement, so that you have to do it in a period, and every period you can do it, like end of this month, every it can happen in the end of this month, or quarterly basis, or half yearly or yearly basis. That settlement has to be done. So this all the settlement is that AUC. And once all the AUC has been completed, then you need to create, for this is for the investment project, then you need to create a final asset, and all the expenses already settle into the AUC, that will move into the settle into the your final asset. And then the asset is proceed, like your building has been constructed, and then you proceed with the building asset, and it continues your business. So that way the period and activities needs to be completed. And for this customer project, you need to be you need to build to once all the activities has been done, you can build your you can bill against the WBS element. You can make your bill, and accordingly you can make a payment against that. So that way it will work. And then we have that we have one session one called reporting. So like reporting that is required for this because reporting is that once you do the reporting, in the sense like there are multiple standard report is there where you can check your first of all the project, what is the project and the status of this particular project, that you can check it. Then you have we have a report there you can see your particular budget, how much is that budget is there, how much has been utilized, how much is available for this current year, and all that you can show it to you in a standard report. That we have that standard report, all this. So there are multiple reports are there that you can utilize for your own purposes. And for these as I explain you, the T code has been used for the whole project, like is that first of all you need to know like what is the T code to be used in the project builder to create the project and WBS and network and activities and relay I mean all these relationship milestone, all these things you can do it one particular T code, that is CJ20N. The T code is CJ20N. In this particular T code you can create your project builder, you can create all the things together. So this is the once you are into a PS, you one particular T code you keep it on your mind, that is CJ20N is that one T code that you need to keep it in your mind. Then yes, I told you after that we need to do the cost planning. So CJ40 is the T code for the cost planning. Yes, of course, like you have change that change cost planning in this particular T code, but you have a display options as well. For the budgeting updates you have this CJ30, you can update your budget, you can release your budget CJ32, and you can display your budget CJ33. As I explained you, there are multiple budget things are there like supplement, transfer. So there are multiple T codes are there, CJ36, 37, 38. So that way transfer, return, these T codes are there. Then you have the financial transactions as per this, and then you have a period and activities. As I explained to you, the T code is the settlement, the T code is CJ88, where one individual settlement will be done. So this is the T code where we are going to use that one. So this is all about the overview sessions of the project system. And like in the session I will explain one after one how it is been like we need to know these are the master data we are going to use. But of course, like while master data will be done based on your configurations data only. So all these things that a project builder till project builder to settlement, so all the configurations we need to be done so that based on that only we can consider we can create our master data, and this transactional data will be completed accordingly. So we need to know the configurations part as well, how it is been, how the project has been created, and then WBS, how this has been created, and then these configurations part I will explain once I show it to in the system. So before I move into the configurations part and all, it's a very SAP terms. These whatever till to now whatever I explained, it's basically the SAP. But first we need to know what is business wants to know, what is their business like. I mean what we need to be considered. We need to be considered the project as a capitalized project, or we need to have this customer project. That we need to know first from the business, from the client, what is their requirement. If you know that the requirement, if you know the process, so what is the standard process to be used for the capitalized project, and what is standard process to be why I'm saying standard, because this basically the one company to company follows. But of course, like in that standard process also they have some their own requirement that we need to do in a customized way, that we need to do. But basic what is the standard capitalized project, what is the standard customer project, that I process wise that I explain you now. And the next classes, when we do the classes, then we explain like how this standard process is work based on our configurations that we know. So first we go ahead with the capitalized project or capex project or investment project. As I explain you, like once you construct a business for your own investment or own purpose, then we consider this is a investment project. Now what is like you are making a warehouse or a building for your own purpose that you are going to use for your own, then we use that investment project. Now investment project. So investment project starts with like you need to have a particular project where you need to create, suppose building you are going to construct. So this is your building construction project, is your whole building, it's a project for you. Now what is WBS element? So every floor of the every floor we consider as a WBS element. Okay, so suppose you have a 4-storied building, so we have these 4 WBS elements. Now we have that different activities, like while constructing a business you need to have a different activities need to be performed. Suppose you have a design, first you have a design activities, then you have a civil activities, then you have a electrical activities, electronic activities, plumbing activities, then different sort of servicing activities. So these all activities you need to perform all the floors, and all these activities will be coming under one particular umbrella that we consider as a network. So as I explained you in the structure, there will be one network, and in that network there are multiple these activities, and these activities are there in every floor. So we have in the first floor, second floor, every floor is these particular activities are required. So that way we need to and these activities are assigned in the WBS level. Now one activities will be performed like suppose and you the floor has been completed, one floor has been completed but the whole building is not completed. Suppose all the activities and activities, all the cost has been incurred with this to perform these activities you need to incur all the cost and all that you need to perform and all. Okay, now the point is once this all the activities has been done, suppose for the first activities has been, first floor has been done, so that is an you can send the you can settle it to the AUC. So for that first floor it's AUC, first floor all the expenses will be settled to the AUC, and once this whole building has been constructed, like all the cost has been settled to the, all the floor has been ready and all the floor cost has been settled to the AUC, asset under constructions, then we make a asset for this building, and this building is asset building is ready, then all the settlement cost will be settled to the final asset, and the acquisitions value for this particular building will be coming from this particular all the expenses you have done for this project. So that should be your final asset acquisitions value. So this is that way we will do the investment project. But yes, customer project, suppose you have that you need to bid for this particular project, you need to bid for this but if you are one mall will be constructed, and that mall one client wants to create construct a mall, and there are multiple clients are there to in a civil in that particular area, civil construction or the civil workers are there, civil persons are there to construct this to get the bid. So first you need the bidding. Once this bidding has been done, then you have a quotations for this particular project. Suppose how much is how much is that cost is revenue, cost is will be incurred, and based on your how much is your revenue, all these things, you need to have a quotation for that. And once that quotations is been approved, then you need to create your sales order, and this sales order is been your expenses and the revenue and your profit margin, all these things will be maintained as per your sales order. and based on your sales order your project is created. Okay, based on your project is created, then you as per the project, once the project has been created, subsequently all the WBS network activities all been done, and then based on your cost planning, budgeting, all these things, all the activities and all this, and then you have the deadline as I explained to you. Then you have to maintain the milestone for all your activities, and based on your milestone, that all activities are in relation with each other, that activities. And once this all the activities has been done, once you are completed from your side, you can do the billing. You can do the billing against your WBS element, and you can bill to your customer, and you can sell your building or mall to the customer. And after that you can keep your project. There is no settlements. You can do the settlement of your profitability analysis, COPA. You can settle it, or you can keep your if your settlement is been done through because it depends on your requirement, because sometimes that the once the billing has been done from your side, you can close the project as well, because the settlement, this part will be done from the CO side or something, or this part sales team and the CO team, that they will do it, or you can do it from your end. Settlement, the COPA settlement will be done. So it's totally depend on your requirement only. So that way these two process has been defined in the classes. I will explain you how it is, how the process wise we can do this and all. So that's all from my end, from the virtual classes, or like the theoretical classes, the overview classes which I explained to you. In the, of course, in the next period of classes, I will explain to you how it is work and how all this work. So thank you so much for listening to me and understand the PS as well. So hope we will have a good session in future, so that interaction session, so that we can communicate each other more well. So thank you for everything. Bye.